here. Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Papery. Today I have my final journal for the year 2018, and ironically, although it is the last journal of 2018, it is the first journal in what I hope will be a series throughout 2019. And so this is a junk journal grimoire, and I hope that I can come out with a new junk journal grimoire every month. And so I hope that works out. Only time will tell, but I wanted to share this beauty with you because this is a gift for a friend, and I am uploading this video once I know it has arrived in her hands safe and sound, because I do not want her to have any spoilers whatsoever. But I have not done a hardcover in a very long time, and it's funny how rusty you get when you don't do something for a while. But the closure is just seam binding, very simple. I did not want to make any holes in this book. It was a labor of love, and the title of this grimoire is Winter's Slumber. And as you can see by the pretty lady on the front, she is slumbering. Front is just collaging of all different mediums. I have a dictionary page with the word winter on there. And I enlisted help from my friend Terri, and so we have this gorgeous chunky charm, and she made this without even knowing what the book would look like. I sent her like one of those paint chips that you find at the hardware store. I sent her like one from Pinterest about what the color scheme would be like, but I'm gonna take this off. I also wanted to show this gorgeous little journal that she made. I don't know how she has the patience to make these. It's so detailed, and it's got tags and everything and imagery in it. And she has a video on how she did this on her channel, so I will link her. That way you guys can check it out, but it's so cute. And then just so that I could attach the charm, I put some jute string on there, but you can remove that. And then all around the book I embossed. And so let me try and open this. This is what it looks like if you open it fully. Initially I wanted him on the front cover, but the way the panel, the way it was cut, it wasn't gonna be possible. And so I kind of had to figure out a way to incorporate him, because he's beautiful, and he's main inspiration for this journal. So as you can see, I've done some distressing, and I use just regular acrylic paint to kind of make it look a little bit more worn. And we can jump right in. Before I keep going, I wanted to say that all these cute little dangles here are from Miss Terri. She made these for me. And I used a few digitals in here. I used Arty Maze's Winter's Tale. I used an assortment of Mrs. Cog's digitals, mostly like forest animals and such. And then I also used some kind of witchy ephemera from Screech Owl Studios, and I will link those down below for you guys. So in the front pocket we have a little tag, a big journaling card. Some of them are inked and stamped in the back, some of them are not, in case you wanted to pull them out and use them in another journal or maybe in her own personal notebooks. This is a vintage Christmas card. I just thought the blues went so well in here, but it's from 1907, and it's got this gorgeous handwriting. And I got these from, I think it's called Hymns Vintage. I will link her. She's got a lot of cool ephemera in her shop and books as well. We have a deep pocket with just a tag. And then a full moon card for December, which just happened, December 22nd. I did some stenciling, some trim, some decoupaging. Love this tissue paper. I wanted to keep this mostly open for writing because I know that she does use her journals. And I didn't want to put kind of too much bulky stuff because I know that, you know, it would be hard for her to write. So I tried to keep it as flat or as writer friendly as possible, and that's a stamp there. And anything that's not coffee dyed paper are just vintage papers from either books or this is from an Ideals magazine. I did some collaging. I just have some silver vine trim. Here we have 2 deep pockets with some drawing cards. And lots of tails, because I know she likes tails. I do too. I was really inspired by Jibid for this book, and I love how she does her little kind of sewn in little note card type things. So I just stamped with a line stamp and sewed around it. This is from a book, and here we have some more journaling bits. This is a textile collage there, and some of these are sprayed with blue tattered angels because I really had literally no blue textiles to work with, so I kind of had to like make my own, and a lot of like this was white and I sprayed it. Here we have a beautiful tag, and then here we just have her Melinda tag in a side pocket. And this cute charm is holding a envelope with a postcard inside. This Winter's Kit by Arty Maze is absolutely stunning. I really wanted to try. We have a rogue paper clip. I'm just gonna put you here for now. I really wanted to make a whole journal with just her kit. I didn't get to use the pages, but maybe a little later. I mean, it's still winter technically, so it's not really a Christmas kit. It's more of a winter kit. Some more journaling spots, and this is a little floating pocket kind of. One side is vellum, one side is cardstock. I did a little bit of tissue decoupage there, and then I used a fabric strip to kind of hold it and secure it in place. This is from my fairy book, and that's the Christmas fairy. And here we just have, I think that's all that's in here. Yeah. We have some reindeer in the snow. And any digital images that are in here are from Pinterest. A little bit of collaging there, and then some embroidery detail. My machine has like this stitch that looks like pine needles, so I thought that was cute and befitting of the journal. Here we have a little owl card and some vintage music paper. Here we have a paper and textile collage. Here we have a pocket, and we have a stag. We have a wolf in the snow, and then the full moon card for May. And that's a vintage book page, some stenciling, some stamping, a vellum pocket with lots of ephemera. I filled that one up. Some mushrooms, a winter scene, tag, and another vintage postcard. And this one is from 1909. So pretty, and it's embossed, like the little sheep, you can feel them on the paper there. Maybe I should put them sideways so I can see that I have so much ephemera in here. This is sprayed down with Tattered Angels because I didn't have any blue seam binding. A little bit of decoupaging, some of that silver vine. Here is another textile collage. I have a little fox, which is fabric, some eyelash trim, and then some vintage paper, a little bit of blue rosettes. Here we have some more stags and does, another tag, stenciling, and here we have a vintage image of the Snow Queen, and it's lined on the back, and this is just a tag, and this is another deep pocket. And so I made these deep pockets because I felt like she could write on top, but then she can continue to write on here, and you can write on this tissue paper. So I thought that would still be, I had to find ways to incorporate storage, but that was still useful because I knew that she would, you know, utilize every single space in this book. So here I did some Jibid embroidered writing lines, or sewed in writing lines rather. I left the tails. Here we have another tag, a beautiful image postcard from the Arty Maze kit, and a June full moon card by Screech Owl Studios. Little piece of vintage paper, some gorgeous embroidery, and I had gotten that from Kim, and it was white, and I was able to get that beautiful blue color with Tattered Angels. But I have no more blue spray because all my last few journals were blue, and anything that I didn't have that I needed to be blue, I just sprayed it. So here we have a little one of those sewn in journaling spots. Here I have a little card with Yule correspondences and another journaling card. And this beautiful image from a vintage book. You have a little coon tail and some leaves embroidered to the side. This is the middle of the signature. We've got a stag and a doe jumping around in the snow. The other side of that coon. Some more collage bits, some silver vine. Here I did the same kind of embroidered pine needle stitch, and then just little bits of fabric that I had left over from the cover. And this is another leftover piece from that fabric, and I made a deep pocket. And here we have a girl walking around in the winter woods. And I think most of these are author rackham. And then this one is the next Savet coming up, which is in bulk. And some correspondences there. And here we have a tag, the July full moon card, and then this gorgeous image from Mrs. Coggs. I think it's her Forest Creatures kit, if I'm not mistaken. But she's got a bunch of beautiful nature kits. Here we have some decoupage, a little embroidered space for writing, and on the other side it's a little fabric mushroom. Another sewn in journaling spot with some stenciling. Gorgeous stamp, one of my favorite stamps. Another sewn in journaling spot. A nice deep pocket. And we have a stag tag and this gorgeous winter scene. Stenciling, full moon card, another winter scene, And that's a little doe out in the snow. Beautiful botanical print from that book, and just some extra fabric. This fabric was so beautiful, I tried to use every last bit that I could, and anything that was left over I'm sending with the book, just in case she wanted to do some more collaging. Here's more fabric. And here we have a side pocket. We have a tag. And a little fox in the snow. And the September full moon card. Some graph papers and vintage music paper. A vellum pocket. And this one has a hare. The October full moon card. And then just some extra scraps from that gorgeous Tim Holtz paper. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the memorandum stack. I can't remember, but I use one of his like nature theme stack. Here we have some more textile, stenciling, vintage music paper with some silver vine. And here we have another depiction of the Snow Queen. Gorgeous Tim Holtz paper. Stenciling, another little textile collage with a little owl. And it's a horned owl, it says there. And I think we're at the end. And so here I have the November full moon card. I have a gorgeous image here from Pinterest. And I also made her a bookmark out of this Nuka or Mucha. I never know how to say it, but it's the moon goddess, I think. And I added these textiles so that she could kind of see where she left off last in the book. But it is laminated with 5mm laminate sheet, so it's nice and sturdy. So that is the end of this book. This was definitely a labor of love. Look at the profile view there. But I really had so much fun making this book, and I'm looking forward to making some more grimoires, because they really are my favorite type of journal to make, and I just really enjoy the process of researching it and finding the imagery, and I was just getting lost with the subject matter. I want to thank you guys again for stopping by. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.